Why is it so hard to feel good? While humans have been on this earth for so long, we are still getting to know ourselves, and still trying to make sense of what is happening inside our heads. And we have spent just as long trying to figure out why things go wrong in our lives, and why, sometimes, it feels too hard to fix. Ever since Adam hid in the Garden of Eden, humans have wanted to know why our emotions lead us astray. When there is a seemingly unbridgeable gap between how we want to live and how we actually live, we struggle to make sense of our lives. Why can't we just get it right? There are three main approaches to this question and to understanding what mental health issues are: supernatural, somatogenic, and psychogenic. Supernatural theories about our minds, as in theories beyond the natural sciences, consider mental health issues or mental illness to be the result of God or spiritual forces' decisions, something like a curse or a punishment for sin. Somatogenic theories focus on soma, the body, seeing what happens in our minds as the result of something happening in our bodies, the result of illness, genes, brain damage, or chemical imbalances. Psychogenic theories take a look at our psyche, our minds, to emphasize the effects of trauma, learned habits, and distorted perceptions in harming our mental health. Although we've been trying to figure out our feelings for millennia, this is almost forever the realm of theology and philosophy, and it was only in the last 120 years that the field of psychology as we know it took form, with the ascent of the singular Dr. Sigmund Freud. Born to Jewish parents as Sigismund Shlomo Freud in 1856, Freud's pioneering studies of dreams, the unconscious, the psyche, and psychoanalysis changed the world. He fled Nazi persecution in Austria in 1938 and died while in exile in London in 1939. His students and his students' students struggled with and spread his budding science of the mind throughout the world. Freud's influences as a thinker and person on the young field of psychology are still being unpacked today. He was a thinker with many faces, changing his mind, exploring hypotheses, and never letting people quite pin him down. In a letter to his student Theodor Reich, he wrote, "Moi, je ne suis pas un Freudiste." I am not a Freudian. Freud is most famously known for his psychoanalysis, which believed that people's problems can be relieved once they release their suppressed thoughts, feelings, and emotions. It was called making the unconscious conscious. Freud's psychoanalysis changed significantly once it entered into the world. The first significant change came from behavior therapy, associated with B.F. Skinner. To change the state and well-being of someone's mind, this movement argued, don't explore the subconscious, but rather change their behavior. This would become known as the first wave of what would become CBT, cognitive behavioral therapy. Skinner's focus on behavior left the mind ignored, considering it unimportant. That led Albert Ellis and Aaron Beck to usher in the cognitive revolution. By focusing on behavior alone, we miss the way our thoughts and beliefs influence the way we feel. In doing so, they added the C to what we now know as CBT. In addition to changing behaviors, let's also change thoughts and beliefs. This has come to be referred to as the second wave of cognitive behavioral therapy, which slowly overtook psychoanalysis as the accepted theory of therapeutic change. The third wave of CBT came with the introduction of mindfulness and meditation, inspired by Eastern religions and imported to the mental health field by dialectical behavior therapy, known as DBT, and acceptance and commitment therapy, known as ACT. Two types of therapies focusing on noticing our emotions without judging them. These different changes were radical and often involved intrigue, with dramatic breaks and territorial institutes warring over the meaning of therapy. Time and again, we have tried to understand what makes us, us, and how we can use our hard-earned wisdom to deal with suffering, to flourish, and to grow. We turn to therapy and to the stories of mental health to pursue that which we hold most dear in face of the most difficult of odds. When we talk about mental illness, we sometimes use the term psychopathology. Simply speaking, this refers to the suffering of the mind. Psych, from the mind or soul, path, from feeling or suffering, and ology, the study or learning of. It is the study of what makes us suffer, but it is also the study of what makes the soul feel. This is the story of mental health, and it's still being written.